for a mama revolution. I have a confession. Okay, not this. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, I space out. Whether it's my boss, my husband, a colleague, or even my 2-year-old son, I just space out. It's brief, and most people never even notice, but it happens. The other day I was talking to a friend about work. I'm up for a promotion, and she had recently acquired a new team member. Then mid-conversation, is my son's doctor appointment for this Saturday or next Saturday? Because this Saturday, we also have a birthday party for which I still need to get the gift. Oh, and I need to pick up diapers for daycare. I have to find the replacement for the woman on my team who's going on medical leave. I hope she's going to be okay. And speaking of work, I need to get that report from Bob so I can get my boss what he needs by tomorrow morning. My back is killing me. Did I take the fish out the freezer? I hope so. We can't afford another midweek takeout meal. New baby, new budget. Did you ask me something? Now, normally when you ask a working mother how she's doing, you're going to get the same variation of response. I'm great. I'm fine. Everything's wonderful. But in that moment, I looked my friend dead in the eye and said, I'm exhausted. And I'm not even sure if I'm doing this thing right. What thing? Life. Because even though everything looked like a commercial on the outside, the truth is, it wasn't effortless, and I was exhausted. The demands of motherhood are intense. The demands of work are intense. And that long list of things I was thinking about, that mental load, we carry with us all the time. It's often up to us to know not only our jobs inside out, to manage our teams and meet deadlines, but also to know the needs of our partners, our children, our pets, what's in the fridge, in the pantry, and under the bathroom sink. And while we can do it with grace, it can take a toll. A recent study showed that if you were to add up all the hours a working mother spends working at work and working at home, you would see that we spend 98 hours a week. That is more than 2 full-time jobs, no overtime. Our culture's expectations on mothers is hurting us, all of us. A mother's health directly impacts the health of her children. Healthier moms lead to healthier kids. Healthier people lead to a stronger economy. Healthy mamas are more likely to be engaged employees, and engaged employees perform 30% better across the board. Yet, working mothers are more likely to experience burnout, which was recognized by the World Health Organization as a work-related medical condition. Interestingly, another study found that it's not the 98 hours a week that we put in that make us more likely to experience burnout, but instead the fact that we are less likely to have autonomy over our roles at work. Yet work we do. In fact, 40% of working mothers are either the breadwinner or sole provider for their household. So here's the conundrum. As a nation, we need women thriving as both workers and as mothers. Yet, we aren't set up to make that work. We need change. At a corporate level, we can provide more autonomy to our employees. At a societal level, we can provide more social support for working mothers. Social support simply means caring. My favorite way to care for a working mama is to ask her what she needs and then take action. Yet, change at the corporate level can be long and slow, just like change at a societal level. So here's the thing, mamas. That change can happen, and it starts with us. Imagine a world where we can run companies and raise children without sacrificing our mental and physical health, where we still have time for us, where we wake up each morning feeling energized and excited, and we go to bed each evening feeling accomplished, proud, and content. It takes a different cultural setup than the one we have today, but we can get there, and the change starts with us. Even though We have been socialized as women to believe that our value is based in what we can do for others rather than who we are as people. Don't listen. Imagine yourself a pitcher full of the love, skills, and ability it takes to change the world. When your pitcher is full, you can pour from a place of abundance. When you run yourself ragged, you empty your pitcher. You cannot pour from an empty pitcher. When your pitcher is full, you are able to deliver at work, at home, and for yourself. And you set an example for your children, the next generation, that mamas are important and that our needs matter. There's a mindset shift that we all need. Yes, mothers are caregivers, but that's not all that we are. We are full, complex human beings just like everybody else. And caregiving is work. Caregiving is hard work and sacrifice. And while we love it, it's challenging. And at the end of the day, caregivers need caregiving too. I found this out the hard way. The story involves a very low moment of me on a train in New York crying. I had oversubscribed myself and then found myself stuck on the G train, unable to pick up my son from daycare, be on the call I had agreed to, nor attend the business dinner that I said I would make. I let everybody down, including myself. As I sat there, stuck somewhere between Brooklyn and Queens, embarrassed at how late I'd be, scared about the impact of my tardiness, and frustrated that I had to deal with all this, I was exhausted and I wept. I knew something had to change. Things couldn't stay this way. Despite having both a supportive spouse and boss, I was falling apart. That's when I realized I had been putting everyone's needs ahead of my own. And by doing that, had not only emptied my pitcher, but was on the verge of breaking it. When I reflect on how I got there, I think it's because I thought it should be easy. Because I bought into the idea that it should look effortless, raising kids, holding down a career, maintaining a household, and being a great partner. Women do it all the time, right? Yet, each one of those is hard. Doing all of them is so hard. Mamas, the intense and dynamic cultural change we need so that we can wake up each morning our best selves, run Fortune 500s, and thrive with our families, it starts with us. Getting clarity on what we want, asking for the help that we need, saying no to the activities and tasks that don't either keep the lights on or bring us joy, and supporting each other. We are 43 million strong here in the US. And together, we can fill our pitchers and create an overflow that changes the nation. It is time for a mama revolution. And yes, I got that promotion. My name is Whitnee Hawthorne, and I'm a speaker who dares.